Hi guys, how are you today, beautiful souls? Are you okay? Is everything okay with you? And I hope everything is okay. I just realized no earlier today that we have less than 2 months before this year ends, and I visited my goals for this year and saw that I didn't quite check off some things on my list compared to the last year, but I definitely did some big things this year, like this podcast. And I believe that this year was just a year of rest, realignment, and maybe a redemption for me. I'm not pressured to do anything and just enjoying every single day that God gave me. So thank you, Lord, for this year. Today is just kind of different because we'll be talking about a teacher who is in the middle of a crossroad and confused to what she'll be pursuing. And I find her story very interesting, no? And I think a lot will really relate to her kasi feeling ko hindi lang naman siya talaga nakaka-experience ito. Her story reminded me of how many of us are carrying like quiet battles every single day. Maybe you've asked yourself the same thing. Should I stay? Should I resign? Should I transfer? Should I go abroad? Or maybe you've been feeling tired in ways you can't even explain. If you ever felt lost, empty, or not enough, this episode is for you. So come with me, let's unpack it together, let's breathe together, let's remind ourselves we're human too. So, this is kind of different, but yeah, welcome to the Real Talk podcast where there are no erasers, just real talk. So here's the story from a friend I met over the internet when I released my resignation journey series 2 years ago. Itago na lang natin siya sa pangalang Miss Lala because she is so obsessed with that color of Lala in Teletubbies. I know. I know. I've been stalking her sa IG. Wala nung nagkakilala kami. And yes, that's confirmed. And naalala ko, ang chat niya pa sa akin before is like, Ma'am, paano gumawa ng animated video tulad ng video mo about verbs and phrases? Kasi before, I used to make those animated videos and upload it so that teachers can have it for free at paggamit sa klase nila. Tapos napagkwentuhan namin ng kaunti na she's teaching in a private school in Bicol and yung school nila is like small to medium size population and she sent me this letter. So I'm gonna read it to you guys. Hi, Miss Michi. I hope you don't mind me writing to you like this, but congrats on your first EP. And I felt connected sa first episode pa lang. Keep going and I hope you can help me again with this one. I don't even know where to begin, but I just feel so tired mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and I don't know who else will understand. I'm a grade school teacher, grades 4 to 6, and been teaching for 11 years, and lately, I feel like I'm failing at being human. Every morning, I wake up 5:30 a.m. kasi ang pasok namin is 8 a.m. But I always wake up early or way even early ng 5:30 alarm. Not because I'm excited, but kapag gumigising ako ng late sa alarm, my anxiety starts racing. I sit at the edge of my bed and just stare at my uniform hanging on the wall. I used to feel proud wearing it. Ngayon parang ang bigat na niyang isuot. Parang habang sinusuot ko yung ID ko, may tumatali na sa leg ko na parang pressure, guilt, and expectations. Sometimes, before I even step inside the school gate, I already feel like crying. Kaya nakaka-relate talaga ako sa mga videos at pinopost mo sa page mo before on about how you struggle sa school. I compare myself to everyone every single day. I know it's wrong, but I just developed that kind of habit because my environment taught me to compare myself. I see my co-teacher, si Ma'am Joy, na parating blooming. Yung buhok niya is very neat. Her lesson plans are printed. Her classroom decor is Pinterest worthy. Hindi siya nakakamiss ng deadline. Tapos si Sir Ron naman, energetic at 7 a.m., smiling like he drank 20 cups of coffee. Tipong ready na siya sa kanyang mga class. Then si Ma'am Tess, laging may reward system yan sa klase. Laging may pag-gift sa mga students. Laging may pa-quote sa board. And then there's me, running on a 3 hours of sleep, trying to remember if pumirma ba ako sa attendance sheet, and always praying that no one notices that my hands shake when I hold a piece of chalk. Grabe, 11 years na akong ganito. And I tell myself, bakit sila kaya nila? Bakit ako hindi? They teach 6 classes a day like it's nothing. Ako, isa or dalawang section pa lang nauubos na energy ko. My mental health has been quietly crumbling. I haven't told anyone, not even my family yet, but I've been experiencing this lately for the past 3 years. I have panic attacks kapag may bigla ang mga meeting. I have heavy chest pains kapag Sunday evening kasi Monday na naman bukas. May moments of dissociation ako sa classroom, yung tipong naririnig kong sarili ko nagtuturo pero hindi ako nandun. Tapos may insomnia ako from overthinking my deadlines or what to do tomorrow. Last, meron akong extreme fatigue kahit kakastart pa lang ng araw. One time, while writing on the board, my vision blurred and my knees buckled. I told my students, nahihilo lang si ma'am but I'm okay. Pero deep down in my mind, I knew it was anxiety. There are days na laging ganon and nahihirapan ako mag-come back to be a teacher mode again. At may mga araw din na ayoko nang bumaba ng tricycle because I feel like once I enter the gate, I will break. But I still force myself because teacher ako. Because dapat kaya ko. Because para sa mga bata ito. Pero sino ba ang para sa akin? Kasi honestly, I feel invisible. Here's the part that scares me, Miss Mitch. There are days I imagine myself resigning, walking away, starting fresh. And for a moment, gumagaan yung pakiramdam ko. Then guilt hits me like a truck. Ang dami kong pinaghirapan dito. Sayang naman yung inaral ko. Marami yung umaasa sa akin. Bakit yung iba kinakaya ako hindi? And I feel ashamed for wanting to leave. I feel ashamed for staying. I feel ashamed for not being okay. It's like I'm drowning on both sides. I don't know if I'm tired of teaching or tired of the school. Maybe I still love the classroom. Maybe it's the paperwork draining me. Maybe I need a new environment, or maybe I need to rest or just start over. But I don't know anymore. I don't trust myself to make the right decision. All I know is this: I am not okay. And I'm scared I'm losing the version of me who once believed I was meant to teach. So, Michi, I'm asking you, honestly, sincerely, with no judgments. Kahit na sa Facebook lang tayo nagkakilala at nagkausap. If you were in my situation, would you stay? Would you transfer school? Hanap na ng school na mas maganda ang offer, or sa abroad na ako? Or would you leave the profession entirely? So please tell me what to do because right now, I'm tired of pretending I'm strong enough to figure it out alone. Thank you for entertaining this story of mine and God bless on your new podcast show. Alam kong matagal mo na yung gustong gawin and like you, I hope ma-discover ko na ulit yung passion to do something that will make me happy. So, una sa lahat, samahan mo na kitang huminga, Miss Lala. Kung nasa tabi mo ako ngayon, yayakapin kita ng mahigpit for sure. Because what you shared, it wasn't just a rant and hindi siya reklamo. It's a cry from a tired, overwhelmed, and hurting heart. And I want to honor you for that. For your honesty, for your courage. For choosing to put into words something that most teachers are too scared to admit. Hindi ka nag-iisa, girl. Hindi ka nababaliw ha, at hindi ka mahina. Hindi ka sumasabay sa iba kasi iba yung pinapasan mo eh. And I'm so proud of you for speaking up. Let me walk with you through this piece by piece. Wow, I'll try my best. Slowly, gently, and no judgment. First thing, you compare yourself to other teachers. Ito ha, comparing yourself does not mean you're insecure or dramatic. It means you're exhausted and trying to make sense of your own struggle. Pero ito yung truth na hindi madalas sinasabi. You are comparing your wounded self to someone else's well-rested version. We don't know what Mom Joy cries about at night. We don't know what Sir Ron hides behind that smile. We only see that polished part of their story or of their lives, you know. But ikaw, you see your own story from the inside with all the cracks and scars. And here's the thing. You don't need to be like them. You just need to be you, healed, supported, and rested. And that version of you, she actually exists. She's just buried under stress, under pressure, and in silence. So stop comparing yourself to them. I know it's easier said than done, but reality check. You just have to stop looking at other people's lives and start focusing more on your life, which matters the most. Sa pagkakataong 'to, unahin natin yung sarili natin bago yung iba. And next you said, "My mental health is breaking apart, but everyone else seems okay." Let me tell you something straight, guys. Just because others can carry the load, that doesn't mean the load is light. And it doesn't make you weak if it's heavy for you. Kanya-kanya kasi tayo ng dala-dala at capacity to overcome things. Kaya nga may individuality, may differences tayo. So, design tayo ni Lord to live accordingly. So, kung ano yung capacity natin to handle things. Your body is speaking, your anxiety is speaking, your exhaustion is speaking, and they are not your enemies. They are your warning signs. Yan lang din yung talaga natutunan ko sa sarili kong struggles noon. You are not lazy, you are not less dedicated, you are not mahina ang loob, you are burning out in a system that asks you to be superhuman every day. So give yourself some slack. Mahirap na nga yung na-encounter ng self mo every day, 'di ba? Tapos harsh ka pa sa kanya. Sino na lang yung mag-aalaga sa kanya, 'di ba? And to your next question about should I resign, should I transfer, should I stay or go abroad? Here's what I want you to ask yourself instead. Do I still love teaching? Or do I just love the version of me who used to teach? Because sometimes the love is still there but buried. The calling is still there but silenced. The passion is still there but tired. You are not broken. You are exhausted. So let's break down your choices gently, no? I think tatlo ang na-prepare ko. If you're mentally drowning, resigning is not a failure. Uulitin ko, resigning is not a failure. Hindi ka nag-fail kung mag-resign ka sa trabaho. Sometimes the bravest thing a teacher can do is walk away before the job destroys them entirely. If your body is begging for rest, if your mind is already shutting down, if every day feels like survival mode on, living is not giving up. Living is choosing to live. Buhay mo na kasi nakasalalay dito eh. And friend, let me tell you, kung wala pa nagsasabi sa'yo nito, I want you to live because you matter. Okay? Namnamin mo yun. You matter. And if you still feel the spark in the classroom, try transferring. Baka kailangan mo lang lumipat, no? A toxic environment can kill a calling. A supportive environment can revive it. Hindi porkat hindi ka na nagtatribe dito, ay hindi ka na good teacher at katapusan na to ng career mo. Hindi yun ganon. Maybe it's the school and not you. Maybe it's the leadership and not you. Maybe it's the culture and not you. Sometimes, the heart just needs a new place to breathe. Kasi tandaan natin, we are different individuals, right? And we need a place where we can coexist peacefully so we can produce a more conducive environment for everyone. Hirap kasi kapag ang workspace laging may nagkaka-clash, may nagmamanipulate, or may spirit of fear, yung tipong takot ka na kumilos kasi laging may nakabantay o nakatingin sa'yo. Ang hirap pumasok kapag ganun yung environment na meron ka. So try to check if transferring is the best option for you. Now, on my last point, if the passion is gone, it's okay to change careers. Ito ha, I'm gonna tell you guys, you are more than your job title. You are more than your ID lanyard. You are more than a teacher, okay? And life can be beautiful outside a classroom too. You are allowed to reinvent yourself without explaining to anyone why. Kasi ako honestly talaga, isa to sa mga pain points ko before. Kasi I really do want to teach, but yung passion ko for teaching parang nawala bigla. And hindi ko siya mahanap agad nung mga panahon na yun. And I found my passion in arts and crafts. Doon ako nag-start talaga bumangon, mag-heal, and mag-craft lang ng kung ano-ano, mag-design ng posters, infographics, mga videos, kung ano-ano man pwede kong i-design. And I play Sims 4 at my age right now. Naglalaro pa rin ako ng Sims 4 for more than like half a day or like 10 hours, ganyan. Okay lang. Kasi kahit na naglalaro lang ako, kahit na feeling ko unproductive ako, yung mind ko nasi-stir up lahat ng creativity. And naging way yon for me to heal. Kasi na-enjoy ko for once again, may bagay ako na-enjoy kasi nung mga panahon na yun, wala talaga eh. Everything was so plain, was so dark, it feels like nothing. Yung wala lang, walang emotion, walang something, walang nagmo-motivate, walang nilu-look forward to. So, I tried my best to help myself to find something I would love to do again. And yun, dun ko siya nakita sa paglalaro ng scenes at pagde-design at paggagawa ng mga videos, pag-i-edit ng mga animated videos and everything. Yun. Now, balik tayo sa pain points mo. Sabi mo, how will I know what to choose? Here are 3 questions I want you to ask yourself again. Seriously, maybe write them down, no? First, what part of me is hurting me the most? Is it my mind, my heart, or my environment? Kailangan kasi malaman natin kung ano talaga yung nagbibigay sa atin ng pain eh. Where do I feel lighter? Yung second question. Like, is it the thought of staying or the thought of leaving? Huwag kang matakot sa sagot dito ha, kasi we have to confront it. And number 3, if guilt did not exist, what would I choose? Your real answer kasi is hiding behind that guilt. When we quiet that guilt, pag tinanggal natin sa eksena yung guilt na yan, your heart finally speaks. So to answer your question about how will I know what to choose, try to do these things, try to process it, and ako talaga parang 3 taon ako nagpa-process. Talagang dibdiban yon. Hindi ko naman siya nire-regret, pero sana matagal ko na siyang kinonfront para hindi na ako lalong lumala that time and baka nakabalik or like siguro nag-transfer lang ko, hindi ko talaga iniwan yung pagtuturo that time. I hope these things helps no yung pagpa-process kasi importante talaga yan sa life natin. Next thing is I want to remind you that you are not trapped. Let me remind you again of something you've maybe forgotten. You have options. You have rights. You have a choice. Dun sa mga taong sabi, wala akong choice eh. Ito na lang talaga yung pwede kong gawin eh. No. You can rest. You can resign. You can transfer. You can take a break. You can start over. You can rebuild yourself. You can find a school that really values you, yung align siya sa core values mo or yung mga prinsipyo mo sa buhay. Or you can also choose a career that breathes life into you again. Again, you are not trapped. Life is not a punishment. Teaching is not a prison. You are not stuck. You are simply standing at a crossroad, katulad nga nung nabanggit natin kanina. And every road leads to a version of you that deserves peace. So choose. Just choose. And this time, choose what's best for you. What's best for your mind, what's best for your heart, your soul, your spirit, your whole being. Kasi dapat lahat yan nagpa-function equally eh. Kasi pag may isa na hindi nagpa-function ng tama, mabibigatan yung iba, 'di ba? Or magkakaroon ka ng malfunction. Possible yun. Anyway, gusto ko lang tanong mo lagi, itanong mo sa sarili mo ngayon at sa mga nakikinig sa podcast na to at nakaka-relate sa pinagdadaanan ni Miss Lala. Tanungin niyo lang yung sarili niyo, ano ba yung gusto mo para sa sarili mo? Ano ba yung gusto mo? Honest answers lang. Pakatotoo lang kayo. Regardless kung ano man yan, kung mahal man yan, magastos man yan, imposible man yan para sa'yo, ano ba yung gusto mo? And write it down. Write it down, my dear friends. I pray na you'll find the right drive to do actions to make that happen for yourself. And last, my final words to Miss Lala and to everyone who's listening. If no one has said this to you, I see you, I hear you, and I believe you. You are not weak. You are not alone. You are not behind. And you are not failing. You are just tired. And tired people don't need judgment. They need rest, clarity, and compassion. And whatever decision you make, whether you stay, leave, or transfer, o mag-abroad man, I'll just be here as your new community na namit natin online. Cheering for you because your worth is far bigger than any job. So thank you for sharing your story. Grabe, first story on my show and I hope there's more to come, guys. And to all who's listening to this, if this episode touched something in your heart today, I want you to remember this. You don't have to carry your struggles alone. You don't have to pretend you're strong all the time. And you don't have to stay silent just to survive. Your story matters. Your feelings matter. You matter. And just like Miss Lala who bravely opened up in this episode. If you're going through something, if you're confused, tired, burned out, or just need someone to talk to, I'm here. And if you need professional medical help, you just seek a professional medical help. I think it's best. Because syempre sila yung mas catered to help you or guide you how to face, confront, and overcome those stages, phases, episodes, and mga scenarios na na-encounter mo na nahihirapan ka. So, yeah. This podcast isn't just a show. Again, it's a community and a family. A place where teachers can finally breathe, finally be honest, finally say what we've been holding inside. So if you want to share your story for the next episodes, or if you simply need someone to listen, you can message me or email me at thechalkstory.info@gmail.com. More details in the description below or show notes kung saan ka man nakikinig. Again, guys, this is no judgment, no pressure. Kung gusto niyo din naman mag-hop in with a call with me, no, pwede naman. I'll be glad having you as a guest on my show. And I just want to express how thankful I am to finally have a community where we can understand and share talaga yung mga struggles natin as teachers. And these are just real conversations from one teacher heart to another. So, thank you for spending your time with me today. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for watching sa YouTube kahit wala naman talaga siyang video at nakikinig lang naman talaga. Again, be kind to yourself. Rest when you have to. And remember, you are never ever alone. I'm your teacher bestie, Michi, in the Real Talk Podcast. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!